This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Mako Elevator in Centralia. See Mako for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Wigman Ford studio. Coming up today, quite a bit on the round ball front. First with McKendree coach Harry Statham, and later on is Carlisle Indians coach Andy Palmer. Plus, as always, on a Saturday morning, we have the Easy and Travel Trivia Quiz at 594-2576, 594-2576. Today, you can stuff away a delicious turkey from Carlisle IGA. But before all of that, it's time for Scores and Stuff, which is brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. When you get into a crash, it's going to happen, unfortunately. But if it does, look on the bright side. See Hoffman Auto Body. And on the H&H Computer Services guest line, we travel over to Aviston for one of our very, very fine sponsors from Emin Insurance Agency. It's Dan. Dan, welcome back.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing this morning? Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, well, thanks for receiving it and, okaying it.
Not a problem. I'm very receptive to your offers. I think it's a wonderful thing that you do, and you keep all of us Clinton County folks and beyond up to date on everything from elementary to high school to college to pros and beyond.
And we are.
Good for you.
And not only are we on Max 96.7 right now, but even as we speak, we are on WCXO967.com and then later at RipTalkinSports.com if you can't find us anywhere else. You know, we're on delay there. So we've got it covered, Dan. Where should we start? I do want to pass this along first. We have one area team remaining in the high school football playoffs. We've got a potential shootout up at Rochester today between the homestanding club and Highland. Each is 12-0. That's a 4:30 kickoff. Good luck to the Bulldogs. Rochester they've been a powerhouse for years, but Highland, hey, who knows? They might just trip the spring today. They score 50, 60, 65 points a game, so there's a chance.
Well, as of last week, Highland is averaging 77 points a game.
70.
So,
yeah, right.
That's what they won last week.
Did,
I think it was 77-47.
Yes,
yeah, they're outstanding. They got a great program going, and it's one of those things in a lot of sports that you get into the quarterfinals or the semifinals before you reach a championship, and the championship game possibly may really be today in Rochester, and we all know how good the Rockets have been for years, and they've got a solid program. So it's going to be tough for the Bulldogs, but it should be a fun game.
Yeah, the Rockets have had some D1 players for sure. And high school basketball is underway. On the girls' side, they tipped off last night at the Salem tournament. Centralia was rocked by the Lady Cats 39-26. Christ-Our Rockets playing at Pana, and they destroyed Brownstown 61-25. And how about this, Dan, already? We're minutes into the hoop season, and it's Mater Dei and Central tonight, actually at 5:45. Well, it's dark by then. That's night. That's at the Alton High School Girls Tip-Off Classic, so the best to those two clubs.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the first time the Lady Cougars have entered into that Alton tournament.
You are correct.
They've been at Pana. I think they've been in Pana the last few years. Prior to that, I can't remember. But both clubs, obviously, excited about their upcoming seasons. I think Central has everybody back. the Lady Knights, I think, may have lost one or two very solid players, but both teams obviously very well coached. It should be a good, fun game early in the season, and it's just a game. It won't be on ESPN tomorrow, so they'll all give it the best, have fun, and shake hands, and come out good friends.
Won't it be on ESPN High School U, channel 8 or 9 or something?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they're reserving that for the Illini at Ohio State game. Did you see the line on that game not to change from hoops?
What is it, 4 touchdowns?
Ohio State's favored by 41. 41. Isn't that amazing?
Okay, let's get back to – but how about the Illini basketball team? I know they haven't, But DePaul, they beat DePaul last night, 82-73. And what's really good about that is Edwardsville's Mark Smith had a career-high 21. Not too shabby.
I didn't see that. Good for him. I mean, that's exciting. And a local kid like that who had a great high school career, I'm glad to hear that. And, the Illini, both football, basketball, whatever, most of us do root for them. It's just, they've been on some challenging times lately, but boy, I hope they turn, especially the basketball program around. That's exciting to hear.
Let's see. We've got Mizzou. We got SIU entertains Illinois Springfield tonight. They better chalk that one up. St. Louis, I saw a little bit of that. It actually put me asleep, but what doesn't put me asleep? But St. Louis U was buried by Providence 90-63 at the world's most famous sports arena. It was
that's at Madison
brutal.
Square Garden. I didn't catch the final. I know that they've been playing pretty well while they've been in New York. So I was hoping they do continue to do well, but I didn't see that they've gotten beat. So, it's going to be tough. I mean, St. Louis U is a Division I, obviously, but, they're somewhat limited, obviously, in recruiting. They're obviously trying to get the local guys and as the girls team is also, but it's tough. It's tough when you go to that East Coast and play teams from the Big East like a Providence, et cetera.
The Friars are supposed to be really good this year, too. SIU plays tonight, we think. They haven't played much the last 2 years. I hope they can turn. All of the top-rated teams floated to wins last night. Let's see. We have LeAngelo Ball. Of course, he's Daddy LeVar's one of his boys. Cody Riley and Jalen Hill, they're all back from China. What would you do? What would you dole out as punishment if you were UCLA? I know what I'd do.
Boy, that's a tough one. First of all, I think Dad needs to stay out of that. Those particular things, he just needs to take care of his family, not get involved in everybody else's business. But with those three, I'm sure they're both or all three are on full scholarships. You would think they wouldn't have to, go into a store and try to walk out without paying
into
for something.
Stores, Dan. This happened 3 times. Three times.
Especially in a foreign country like that.
They could have and probably should have, according to their laws, got 3 to 10 years. So they
that's
better
very scary. So your question, what would I do if I was at the head of UCLA? Right. Well, obviously they'd definitely be on suspension. I don't know. You kind of don't want to put them on suspension and then they drop out of school. You're not proving anything there. Somehow, some way, maybe if you do reinstate them eventually, you really limit their participation. But in other words, they're going through the practices, they're putting in the effort and the work, but they're not getting rewarded with playing time. I don't know. That's a hard thing to comment on. Everybody's going to have an opinion on what they would do in that case.
I'd say goodbye for 1 year. If you want to come back, fine. If not, who cares?
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
The NBA, the Boston Celtics don't have Gordon Hayward, but I've noticed they're still pretty good. They've dazzled with 14 consecutive wins. They've only lost twice. I like that. I love their coach.
Oh, my gosh. It's great to have a guy from the college ranks as he is and coming from Butler to do well in the NBA because, you're dealing with a bunch of prima donnas, high-paid athletes. But, as last I looked, the Celtics, and I like the Celtics because I'm an old Larry Bird guy.
Can't beat that.
14-2 is what the Celtics record shows, I think. And so they are doing well. And Gordon Hayward, what a tragedy. I watched that game that night, and I don't watch that much NBA live this time of year. I watched that and replayed it, and boy, that's horrific to watch.
That was brutal.
But I understand, I think it was a break in the ankle, and I think he will be back at some point in time. But I don't know. That's going to be challenging because, basketball is a grueling sport on your legs and your ankles and stuff. So, but Celtics are doing well. Good for them.
The Bulls won a game. They've won 3, so how about that? The St. Louis Blues ended a 2-game skid in Calgary Thursday night, so they're back. They have the second most wins and the second most points in all of the National Hockey League with 14-29. How about the Note?
Hey, that's exciting. And the last time I looked, I think the only one better was Tampa Bay.
Yes.
I think.
Yep, that hockey
the Lightning
hotbed.
or whatever.
The Lightning.
So, no, the Blues, what a great start. And, boy, I hope they can just sustain that through the years. And it'll keep a bunch of my good Blues fans happy. And I like the Blues a lot. I don't follow the hockey as well as I follow some other sports. But there again, it's one of our last professional teams in the St. Louis region. And,
yes.
Man, I hope they do well and continue to do well.
I do, too. Don't peak too early. Keep it going and ride it out until May, June. Well, who knows?
It's a long season.
The World
Series.
All
those professional sports are, yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, speaking of that, the World Series just ended 17 days ago, November 1st. I mean, about time, and they lucked out with weather again because the locations.
Right. Hey, did I see this right? You just mentioned World Series. Did Justin Verlander and his new bride, Kate Upton, the Sports Illustrated model, if I understood this right, their wedding reception was actually officially scheduled for the day of the seventh game of the World Series. Of course, they wouldn't have ever known they were going to be in the seventh game. And I think somewhere I might have misunderstood this, that there were people actually at the wedding reception and Justin was at the game and he showed up later and then they got married or something like that.
Well, I know
Did you hear something like that?
I just know they missed the parade in Houston and they were down in some exotic island and got married. That's all I know. But
okay, and maybe part of that was the deal. I don't know, but it was interesting. But hey, having two rings, a wedding ring and a World Series ring, and then he made the comment, the World Series ring is bigger.
Yeah, I'm not sure which is the best prize there, actually, Dan. Here's another. Boy, Verlander ruined that, didn't he? Here's another good situation for somebody. Maybe Miami. I'm starting to think Stanton is going to remain in Miami. He'll be on their roster at the opening day, unless they just want to. I don't think they're going to get what they want. If they do, they're going to go for it. But otherwise, I mean, that's 10 years and $295 million, and some players moving about, prospects and whatever. This isn't an easy deal to consummate.
No, and with the new owner, Derek Jeter, et cetera, if you were an owner of a sports team and you had somebody like Stanton on your team,
I'd keep him.
I think I would too. And I'm semi excited about maybe they'll turn the atmosphere around that franchise around. They build a new stadium, they do all this stuff, but it seems like they never cared about filling the stadium.
No, I don't think it's going to change.
Good players. So I don't know. I think Derek will. He's a logical kind of guy. He'll put some common sense in that whole.
He holds all of the cards. He has the no trade clause. But back to Miami. Derek Jeter, I like Jeter, but he's the cover boy of the new ownership group, and they want to slash payroll to around $90 million. So if you're a Miami Marlins fan, what's the difference from what they had? And not only that, Jeter, who has put basically no more into this franchise money-wise than you or I, he's paying himself $5 million a year. What a racket!
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
Junk.
So I don't know, but I think Stanton will stay. That's just my opinion.
I'm with you. I think he will for a while, and then as the season heats up, they're going to get a better chance of, those opportunities to go in the pennant races, dwell, and all that. Stanton is the MVP, and I was with that choice. I usually go with somebody from a championship, division championship in this case, because, the votes are in before the playoffs. But he was so dominating, and nobody really stood out that much on the other teams, did they? 59, 132, and he hit 281. Those are pretty impressive figures.
Right. No, I agree. And, it was kind of interesting also. I think it was somewhat refreshing with everything in baseball in general this year with the, even though the Dodgers, some people hate the Dodgers, but, I mean, it was different to see them finally get over the hump into, further into the playoffs. And, of course, the Houston Astros, my gosh, I can still remember the day when they were in the National League and we were sitting in our living room watching Albert Pujols hit a home run off Brad Lidge to devastate the Astros, and so it was good. It was all that's all good. But this whole trade thing, and who are you going to spend the money on? I mean, we all agree. I think they're slightly overpaid, but it is what it is.
Incidentally,
the owners are making money. The players are making money. So.
Yes, you mentioned the Astros, of course, since they won that baby in 7, Altuve MVP over in the American, 346, 24, and 81. He just a remarkable player, but both of those teams, The Stros and the Dodgers. Yeah, I used to hate the Dodgers big time. That's faded a little bit because this isn't the same old Dodgers. This team was a lot like Houston. There are a lot of young, energetic, hustling players on these teams. I mean, and they're not making a lot of, all the Dodgers payroll has been traded or sitting at home and so forth. Kershaw's the only one who makes the huge bucks. A lot of homegrown.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. There are a lot of new names. Unless you follow baseball regularly during the season, and especially the West Coast teams, there was a couple people. I mean, I knew about Cody Bellinger and a few of those guys, but there's a couple guys their left field was Enrique Hernandez. What was the guy who hit 3 home runs in the one game?
Hernandez, right? Was it Hernandez?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's a guy I didn't know much about.
Yeah. It's a fun, I was pulling for Houston, actually. But, hey, I know you want to comment on this. We have in the past, but can never comment enough on it. Gertie, Brian Eversker is the Cardinals bullpen coach, and, of course, we're extremely happy for him, and he is pleased as punch, beyond punch.
Yeah, I've been blessed to know a lot of the Everskers through the years.
There are a lot of Everskers.
Some of them are some of my best friends. Brian, I know Brian. I don't know him as personally as a lot of my friends know him, but I think it's just wonderful. Anybody from that Clinton County, that Hoffman area, I mean, I just think it's super. And the way I understand it is Brian was sort of leaning towards hoping he'd get that bullpen position versus, the regular pitching coach. But however, he's qualified to move right up into being the head guy. And I just think I wish the best for him. I hope he just does wonderful.
It's going to go well. It's going to go well for
that's all good. It's all very good for him.
You noted this a little earlier. The Illini, they're rotten in foot. They better get going next year. I keep hearing about these good young players. Like other teams don't have good young players, but Lovey's he's a disappointment so far. I know he's got a lot of slack to flip, but come on, man. You're 0-7 in league play. I think you beat who'd you beat in the regular season? I have no idea.
Well,
two Division III teams.
The college thing is a guy like Lovey. I think it's a prime example. He's had success in coaching, but hasn't had any success in recruiting. I don't know. It's interesting. You're not behind the scenes in Champaign-Urbana or Columbus, Ohio, or Ann Arbor, Michigan, and you don't know what these recruits see and what they're told. And it's just a tough thing, I think, to recruit against some of those other powerhouses. But here again, you'd like to keep some of your homegrown talent, from your home state, et cetera. But I don't know about Lovey. I agree with you. It's been a disappointment. You get excited about a big name coming into a program, but it is what it is, I guess. So
yes.
Will it ever turn around? Who knows?
College football, meanwhile, is flourishing, and I'm all about that. I've dumped the NFL. I'm sick of the National Football League for a lot of they're destroying themselves. They're committing sports suicide, so I hope they're happy.
Yeah, I agree with that. The only thing I've really been excited about the NFL this year is to watch the touchdown celebrations, since they allow more in the end zone celebrate. They're coming up with some unique things. Leapfrog, I saw the other day, and Duck Goose was one of the celebrations.
I missed that one, yeah.
Those are really ingenious for those college-educated professional players.
That's great.
To do. But I agree with you. I love college football, too. And, the college football thing, they beat around it all year. Okay, Alabama's number one. Then Alabama's not number one. But when the smoke clears,
Alabama's number one.
I think the best team is Alabama.
Until they get
leave
beat.
them up there.
But there are some good teams challenging. It's going to be super. Austin Cook and Park tops the golf scenes this weekend. The older guys are done. The Champions Tour is closed. NASCAR ramps it up again. Well, that's it. Tomorrow's the finale of the NASCAR playoffs.
You know me, I'm a big NASCAR fan.
Well,
Dale Petty's still my favorite, number 88, I think he was. Or Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett, 86. Shows you how much I know. I went down to Talladega one time.
Did you?
With some great guys from around here and all of our sons, and really enjoyed it. But I don't follow it. I'm waiting for him to go around the other, go the other way around this circle. So,
I know.
Quit turning left. Let's turn right for a while.
Let's turn right for a while.
Yeah,
One more thing.
It's a great sport.
Anything going on in Aviston that we should know about? Get an update.
Well, here's the thing. You caught me at a good time. I just finished standing in line for 3.5 hours to get my Queen of Hearts tickets.
Oh, the Queen! I thought groceries
I think
or
I
something.
saw John Mazalak in line. He was trying to get some extra money to buy some free agency.
Very good, very good.
But this is, Aveston turns into a small city on Wednesday nights. You know, our population is about 2,300. We increase it to almost 8,000 people every Wednesday. Not to mention all those days in between during the week where, you know, a few thousand come in, and
it's great for tourism.
Weekly tickets, but it's exciting, but it's starting to run its course. You know.
Yeah,
somebody win this thing. Bruce Notmeyer should win it. That'd be great.
He should win. I understand there's a special celebrity going to be there on hand this coming Wednesday who will present the prize. Regis Philbin is going to be there. So.
Oh my gosh, no kidding. Well,
so that's going to be
talk
good.
About celebrities. One of your prior sports and talking sports stuff. My oldest brother Tom from California came out this past week to see my mother, who just turned 96 years
Happy
old.
birthday.
On November 4th. We have been tailgating in her parking lot, God bless her. And so we have had a lot of celebrities come in through that parking lot, a lot of people that have been on Talking Sports through the years. But my brother Tom was out. He had to see the chaos. And my brother Jerry came out, who's been on your show, and I have a sister, Fritzy. But anyway, they were all out there watching the chaos, and they just could not believe what goes on in Aveston.
It's going to go. Basis. They're going to bank a winner next Wednesday.
Yep, I think you're right.
Heard it here first.
I think you're right. There was a rumor going around they're going to have a band the night before Thanksgiving. I thought, why do you need to attract more people? You already get 8,000 people there on Wednesday nights.
Can they
shoehorn a band?
I don't think
that's going to happen.
Wow. But, all right, Dan. We appreciate your time as always. You bring
time
some
goes
knowledge,
quick, Bruce. Hey,
and we need
have
knowledge.
a very happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Have a super Thanksgiving. We'll see you later on.
Okay, thanks, Bruce. See ya.
That is Dan Emming, and he scores the stuff. We're brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. When your car or truck needs major repairs, minor repairs, whatever the case may be, Hoffman Auto Body is the place to be. We're back with coaches Statham and Palmer after these. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today, 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everyone. Rip here in the Weigman Ford studio. Let's fire off the H&H Computer Services guest line again, this time for McHenry Bearcats basketball coach Harry Statham. Harry, welcome back.
Good morning. Always good to be back.
And you come to the table with a win in your back pocket. You dashed past Principia a week ago.
Yeah, it was a nice win for us. Good home opener, and kids played pretty well. I was real pleased with the way it turned out.
1-0 out of the shoot. And you also played an exhibition game. You've tackled some really good Division I teams, in the Illinois included. And this time, a few notches ahead of last Saturday, 10 days or so before, you went down to Murray State.
It was a nice trip. They have a great program down there. There's been OVC champions for many, many years of their top of that division, and just good people and good basketball and great place to play.
But that gives you a real idea of where you're at, doesn't it, Harry, when you play a squad like that?
It's better. You sure found out some things, and it was good for us, and we're excited about the year.
Yeah, I'm sure you are really ready for that official opener. 7 days in the past. You've been practicing hard and for too long of time. The players are ready to go at it for real, and you are down some good players, though, as always is the case from the 2016-17 squad in this situation.
Well, we brought in a lot of new players, and I like them. We did lose, I think, 5 seniors from last year, but it's a good group that we brought in. Some nice players returning, so I like the mix, and looking forward to the year. Some
size has gone, huh? And David Franklin and Darren Winkleman at 6'5", 6'6", with some muscle on that frame. But you'll be okay as the turnover rolls through again, and you want to bounce back. It was a light success last season, so you want to come back, play better this year for the whole season, and you're definitely capable of doing that.
Yeah, I think so. We're strong in the point guard position. We brought in a nice player from Highland Community. They went to Hutch last year, Division I national tournament, and he's a really good player. And we lost Gianni Allo last year on an ACL tear, and he's back as a senior. So we were solid at the point guard, which is really, really key. And, of course, Nolan is back in the middle, a year older, and he had a good summer, I think, running and weight room, and he'll be better. And Nate Michael is a redshirt junior. She's been around a while, very capable player, good scorer, good athlete, and he knows the game. And last year we had a new player, Justin Banks, transferred in, had a good year for us. He's back also. Those guys play key roles for us. Troy Petke's getting better each year. He's made in progress, and he'll get some time this year. But the new guys are going to make the difference. They're athletic kids, 6'5", 210, 168, 240, and they run and jump well and come from good programs. So I think we're going to play some better defense and be explosive, and just looking forward to it.
I think you're going to be all right. Yeah, I'm always, of course, happy for the locals: Nolan Gerling, Troy Petke, and Nate Michael. He's a local through his dad Tom over at Hoffman and now Champaign and Charleston. But and you do have you've got some transfers too, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a nice core. Sophomore Rayton Carter from Oklahoma City, 6'7", 210, can really play, and teammate of Giovanni Alford from the Highland team, Nate Bethel. He's from the Bahamas. He's a very good athlete, good player, and expecting on him about 6'5", and so he can really get the rim and shoot threes. And a big kid from Montreal, Canada, played a couple years in Florida. Lynn Lewis, 6'8", 240, good postman, plays good defense, boards well.
Yeah, there's some bulk for you.
Yeah, so got a nice freshman player out of Effingham. He's 6'5", 6'6", long, lean, can really jump and run, shoot threes. So we're excited about the year.
Yeah, good job of recruiting again by you. You've done this for a while now, and of course the transfers too. But you got it from our area and well beyond, of course. And what do you think if everything plays out right? What will be the strength or strengths of the club, Harry?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's early. We got a lot of new guys to get in the mix, but I think we're overall more athletic. We'll play better defense, try to run the floor better, and I'm looking for some balanced scoring. We got guys that can put on the floor and get the rim and also shoot threes. So we're pretty well around this year. I think no particular. Well, we're always big on free throws. That's big for us, and I think we're shooting the ball well from the line. So if our 3-point shooting holds up and the defense gets better and better, well, I think that's where it's going to be.
I would imagine everybody got quite a bit of court time against Principia College.
We did. Everybody got in the game and did a nice job. Sometimes those early games you can get away from you and get a little ragged, but I think that game was pretty well played. We did play all 12 guys, and so it was good start.
Now you have another test tonight at the Harry M. Statham Sports Center. Robert Morris University out our state's capital comes in tonight.
Yes, they do. We don't know a lot about them. They always have good players, and they're a growing program. They don't have the tradition of big time wins as some teams do, but they're always dangerous and always have a player or two coming in that's from somewhere else that transferred in. Good athlete, good player. So we expect a very up tempo, exciting game and some good basketball.
The Great Lakes Valley Conference opener is a bit, maybe 2 weeks away, something like that, against Drury University, but quite a bit in between. But as far as the league goes, it'll be another challenging year. Huh? A lot of good clubs.
Well, it's a great league, as you say. All the clubs are pretty good. Some are just better than others. I haven't gotten into it too much yesterday, but I saw a couple of nights ago that Drury made 19 threes in the game.
19 made.
They're putting points on the board, so I know they're going to be explosive and can really play. So down there, it'll be a handful, but we'll get up for it.
Bellarmine, I suppose, though, without diving into too much area, I'm sure they'll be stout again, right? So 32 wins last season, 17 out of 18 in league.
Yeah, no, they're always a powerhouse. The league's good, but they'll be sort of one of favorite again. Yeah. They're good year in, year out, but so is the league. And the thing that's so deceptive is sometimes the teams that are middle of the pack are really, really good. They played the top teams, lost a few games, so they can come back, and there's no easy ones out there. Just
no.
Can't let up on anybody. Everybody's pretty dangerous.
There's a new alignment in conference play too. You're a team shy of last year, right? So they went from 2 divisions into 3 divisions of 5. I kind of like that look.
I like that too. Yeah, that's going to be, I think, better for us. We only play all those pauses one time now instead of 2, so it'll be a little better. But good balance, and it's McKendree and Maryville, Umsel, Springfield, and Quincy in our 5, and it's the central area. And that's good for us, I think.
Well, it is. That's everybody's well within reach, and we had Coach Kerry Kirkhoff from the women's basketball team on Wednesday, I believe it was, and I'm sure you follow the same mode here. You're playing every team in your division twice, and then a single game against the others.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Just the way it ought to be drawn up, Harry. I love that. It is. The word is that we're going to lose Parkside this year, so we're back to 14 teams next year. So they'll probably go back to two sevens. Oh, okay.
I hope we get somebody in and keep it at 15, but time will tell about that.
Where are they going?
They're going to change conferences and go to the GLIAC and northern Michigan at that direction.
They're
near
making,
them.
Yeah, they're making a mistake. So, Harry, this is your 52nd year. Congratulations on that, and just it's a Hall of Fame career and past that. It's amazing what you've accomplished over at Lebanon.
Well, thank you. It's always good being with you in a great area, great basketball, great fans, great people. So it's always nice to hang in there and work.
You've got at least one trusty assistant by your side again, right? And Eric?
Yeah, Eric's back 15th year. We have two student assistants, Grant Ricks from Highland, and Darren Winkle was going to finish his degree in January. We get his first semester, but they're both doing a great job for us.
Good for Darren. I think that's a great job for him.
Honor student. Yeah, he's an honor student.
Yeah.
He's in accounting. He'll step out and do a really good job. He's a great guy.
Harry, we always thank you for coming on. I know you got shoot around in a little bit as you prep for tonight's game, so go get another one, and we'll be checking back with you as the season rolls on.
Thanks. Good. Sounds good. Thank you.
See ya. Coach Harry Statham, the McKendree basketball Bearcats, a legend. Incidentally, did you see that? I posted it on Facebook and probably on Twitter. You can find it all over through various means, but congratulations to, and we've had Shannon O'Keefe on, the coach of the McKendree Bearcats bowling team. We've had her on as the head coach a few times, at least twice, and once as a pro. She's also a pro. But anyway, Shannon and the rest of the Bearcats bowling team, well, they were in Washington, D.C. yesterday at the White House and met with President Trump, and that's outstanding. The Bearcats, just a little side note, they were one of 18 national championship teams on hand for that meet and greet with the president. One team didn't show up. Who cares about them? Trivia is coming up on Talkin' Sports.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Hey, I'm professional wakeboarder Taylor McCullough, and you're listening to Talkin Sports on Max 96.7.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Let Hidden Lake Winery take care of your entire Thanksgiving meal with the Take and Bake Special. Don't wait. Call 228-9111 now to reserve your meal. The Hidden Lake Winery Take and Bake Special serves 4 and includes 2 pounds of slow-roasted turkey breast with 2 drumsticks, plus all your favorite side dishes. Call 228-9111 for the complete menu and to reserve your meal. The deadline is Monday. And don't forget to add pumpkin or pecan pie.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
I'll go pumpkin for 100. Yeah, let's go with that. Nothing against pecan, really, but this is Rip back in the Week Before the studio on a Saturday, a delicious Saturday morning again. Onward we go to trivia.
It's time for the Easy In Travel Trivia Quiz on Talkin Sports. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel in Breeze. Call 526-2201.
Who wants a turkey? Who doesn't want a turkey? Our number is 594-2576, 594-2576. You are eligible for that big bird unless you're someone in your household has won the last 2 weeks. Number 2, you cannot be affiliated with or related here to anyone here at Max 96.7 or Easy In Travel, or for today, your hometown proud Carlisle IGA. Jeff Taylor's giving away one more turkey. You need to pick up that certificate rather quickly. Turkey Eve is Wednesday. Oh, my goodness. Here's the question. It centers on baseball's most valuable player award. Of course, Stanton and Altuve bagged MVP honors Thursday night. Stanton earned the NL trophy as a member of a losing team. Who's the first player to win a league's most valuable player award while grinding it out for a losing club? We got to go back a ways. Oh, tremendous players. Incredible players. 2 out of 3 are Hall of Fame players. Dick Groat, Ernie Banks, and Frank Robinson are your choices, okay? Name the first player to hoist an MVP trophy while donning the uniform of a loser. Groat, Banks, or Robinson? Buzz us at 594-2576, 594-2576.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Hemming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Is the all-new Chevy Silverado the right truck for you? Hi, Colby Voss at K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle. The all-new Chevy Silverado has the comfort and conveniences you expect from a Chevy, plus the performance and handling you need. We have several new trucks to choose from, and if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Stop by K&J Chevrolet and drive a Silverado and see for yourself what a tremendous value we offer and what the hype is all about. K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle, just west of town on Old Route 50. Chevrolet, find new roads.
The 13-0 Highland Bulldogs' quest for perfection continues this Saturday, and you can hear all of the action on Classic Hits 1510.com and Max 96.7. The Bulldogs put up 77 points in their victory over the Herscher Tigers. Now the Highland Bulldogs head to Rochester to take on the 12-0 Rockets. It's semifinal IHSA football playoff action, and you can catch it all on Classic Hits 1510.com and Max 96.7.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello, sports fans. This is Rip in the Wingman Ford Studio on this Saturday morning. We're here every Saturday morning year-round between 9 and 10. And Monday and Wednesday nights through May from 6 until 7. Monday night, our guest list include. We go back to McKendree for the women's soccer coach. They went to the national tournament again. Tim Strange is the head mentor there, and from girls high school basketball, Central coach Nathan Reeder, and a player to be named. Thanks for all the calls and trivia. We have a winner. Here's the question with the only answer. Who's the initial player to win a league's MVP award while playing for a bad club? Grote, Banks, or Robinson? Who was it? It was indeed, who else? Ernie Banks. He played, he was touted as the senior circus most valuable in 1958 and 59. Of course, the Cubbies were lovable losers both seasons. And now everything's changed. They're no fun anymore. They've lost their shtick. It's all over. Ernie was the shortstop then, too. The other two guys I mentioned, Dick Grote, what a player for the Pirates. In 1960, he was an MVP, and so was Frank Robinson in 61 with the Cincinnati Reds. 4 other MVP winners came from lousy teams. Andre Dawson, Cal Ripken Jr., Aroyd, and Mike Trout. Our winner this morning, Larry Johnson from Rural Hoffman / Huey / Carlisle. He's in that triangle there. Larry Johnson wins a Big Bird, a turkey from Jeff Taylor and Carlisle IGA. So congrats to him. Before we blink, we'll be back with Coach Andy Palmer of the Carlisle Basketball Indians. Don't think about touching that dial.
Lee Sports in Nashville is not your ordinary sports store. Family owned and operated since 1954, plus the official team dealer of SIU Athletics, Lee Sports takes pride in the service we give to the athletes, teams, and individuals of Southern Illinois. Apparel, uniforms, baseball and softball equipment, officials equipment and clothing, footwear, screen printing, embroidery, trophies, custom design business apparel, and more. Our prices are competitive, our service is great, and our sales team is dedicated to winning your business. That's Lee Sports in Nashville, Illinois.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here. This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
You are back with us on Talking Sports. We're in the Wigman Ford studio where the time is 9:45. The time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Get over there and say hello to Mark and buy something. Hey, I neglected this Wednesday night. It was purely by accident. Of course, one of our great Wednesday night sponsors is Diane Chevrolet. And I want to remind you, or I guess for me, tell you the first time, catch this, remember it, write it down, whatever. It's a home for the holidays happy hour at Diane Chevrolet. That's Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. Next Wednesday from 4 until 7. There'll be beer and soda. It's fun already. Plus, Nathan Diane's amazing. They say amazing. I believe it. Pulled pork nachos and still more, including this. Don't miss these home for the holidays specials. There's up to $2,000 bonus Diane cash available on new purchases. Plus, how about $500 Diane finance assistance cash available on used purchases too. All of that's at Diane Chevrolet and at DianeChevrolet.com. Off we go for the hardwood again, this time on the high school level and still on the H&H Computer Services guest line. We turn our attention to Carlisle Indians hoops coach Andy Palmer. Andy, welcome back.
Hey, it's good to be back on, Rip.
And a week from tonight, you tip off another new high school campaign. I know you are completely ready, correct?
Not at all.
But you're getting there.
We're getting there. We've had, finishing up our second week of practice. I thought our first week went really, really good. Couldn't ask for anything more. And then this week's been a little bit of a step backwards. So hopefully we're getting, going to get things turned around here in this next few days to get ready. But it's all part of the process. Kids got to get a little bit tired and mentally tired a little bit too. And so, we're just trying to throw some new things at them. And, hopefully we'll be ready. I think we will be.
But 2 weeks under your belts, and then I know this has been several weeks back now, but what did you do or accomplish over the summer in the off season?
We kind of had typical summers, try to play as much as we can and try to get some of our younger guys that don't have varsity experience in some of those varsity games over summer. Really, that's kind of the way I try to approach the summer, is just try to get guys experience that haven't been there and let them play against, good competition and try to prepare them as much as I can for the regular season.
Makes sense to me. And you're coming off another successful campaign, but the usual, always creeps in. You were minus a few talented players gone through graduation.
Yeah, that's part of it. Every year, you lose good kids and good players, and we certainly lost. I think we had 6 seniors last year, and all conference player in Connor Tunyas, and some kids that had been in our program for 4 years and started for us last year, like Drew Johnson and Eli Cox and Dante Nettles, who all played a big part of our success. Even though Dante was hurt over a lot of the season last year, and so it's just part of high school basketball. Guys move on, and you have to just hope there's some guys to step up and fill their spots.
6 players and 30-plus points and a lot of rebounds, just a lot of character, period. But, yes, that's the way the turnover works. You also, this is the plus side, of course, Andy. You also have some key players back on that hard court again, and I guess that begins with your 3 seniors at the top of the class.
Yeah, that's correct. We only have 3 seniors this year, but all 3 have been in our program for 4 years, and Tyler started since his sophomore year, Tyler Seaver, and Nick Becker started for us last year. Now Hill basically was a starter last year, 6 men off the bench. So all 3 of those guys have a lot of experience, and we're certainly going to look to them for leadership. They're all 3 going to have to step up and play better, produce better, score a little bit more, rebound, do all those things to make up for those guys we lost to graduation. But they may be small in number, with just 3 of them, but they're really good kids, and we're excited to have him in our program, and I expect a lot out of him this year.
Tyler pretty much covered the entire court, over 12 points a game, 5+ caroms, ton of assists, and Nick and Alex, especially from Nick, you'll take it from Alex too, but you'd like to see him put the ball through the net a little more this season.
No question. We'll need Nick to score some more and be more active. Nick kind of last year had that defensive assignment. You're going to guard. They have the team's best player, especially their best big, and a lot of times that took away from his offense. But he's very capable. He just has to become more consistent. I think last year he'd have some games where, boy, he really played well, and then he'd have some games where, he kind of just went unnoticed. And we need him to step up and be mentally focused and ready to contribute night in and night out this year for sure.
All three of those players are smart players. They're heads-up players. But Alex Hills, you'll appreciate it again if he can kind of be the quarterback like he is in football, a QB on that basketball court.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Alex is going to take over our point guard spot, from Drew Johnson, and hopefully that all three of those kids played huge parts in the success of our football team this season, and we need them to play a part of our season this year. Hopefully, same kind of success. But Alex is a quarterback, and he's got to be a quarterback on the floor for us in basketball, just like he would be in football. He's a pretty smart kid, and he understands things. Has some leadership ability. All three of those guys do, and so we feel like he can step in and play that role for us pretty good.
Who else is going to fill out, or maybe you don't want to say yet, that starting unit? Who else is battling for a spot? Anyway, Andy.
Well, we really have probably 4 juniors battling for those last 2 spots. Chase Taylor, Luke Boatwright, Caleb Darr, and Dawson Reinacher. And probably right now, Chase has probably looked as good as anybody in practice this season so far. So I've been really impressed with the way he's looked. And so he's probably got a little bit of the lead on those other guys. And, Dawson as well has looked pretty good at times. Caleb just works his tail off, and he's smart, and he understands what's going on. And so that's a big plus for him. And then Luke, he's getting better every day. He's got to get a little bit more physical of a player and be able to handle that pressure he's going to see when he's handling the ball, but he can certainly shoot it for us. And so all 4 of those guys are going to play a lot of minutes for us, whether they start or not start.
The bench, I know as a program as a whole, you're a little shallow on numbers. You'll fill out this varsity squad with 12.
Actually 13.
13. There we go. Bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That lucky 13.
That was
we
me.
Were starting with 12, and we our numbers are way down. We only have 23 kids total in the whole program, freshman through senior, and it's taken a little bit of an adjustment because normally we're right around 30. And so it's been a little difficult splitting up. Some guys have had to kind of practice in a couple of different places, sometimes twice a day, just to kind of give us the numbers we need up here. But we're dressing a couple of freshmen this year on varsity, and Quentin Jones and Brady Heinzman, and then a couple of sophomores in Mitchell Becker and Isaac Smith, and then Jared Bondahar is another junior that's going to round out that 13.
1 or 2 might get thrown out of into the fire from those the very lower ranks, the frosh. So how many freshmen in total do you have out for hoops?
We actually have 7 freshmen.
You have 7?
So,
all right.
That's our biggest class. And so, so we'll definitely get to play a freshman schedule this year, and those guys will get to play a lot of basketball between freshmen and JV and who knows, maybe a few varsity minutes as the year goes on.
That's right. So, they're going to see a lot of action. The Kaskaskin Classic is where it all begins for you again. That's turned into a wonderful tournament. It really has. It was nearly extinct, Andy, and it's really come back full-fledged, and that begins next Saturday, and you open up – well, how about that? You play Hillsboro on the opening night on Saturday. You ended the season against those guys, didn't you?
Yeah, and that's the way we wanted it. And our kids wanted to play Hillsboro, and so we're excited to play them, right out of the gate after the way things ended last season. And but our tournament it's just going to be another great tournament. I mean, for the last 3 years now, since we've gone to 8 teams, the addition of, Pinckneyville and Oakville and Woodlawn, such great programs. It's just been very, very competitive all through, all the last 2 years, and I expect it to be the same this year. I think games are going to be really good. Good coaches. Can't ask for anything better to start the year. You kind of, tells you where you're at, playing against good teams, good coaches, and Pinckneyville's probably going to be the odds-on favorite to win it this year. They're going to be, outstanding. They're probably the best team we saw all summer, and they have a lot of depth and basically a lot of kids back from a team that maybe only lost 2 games last year. So, but that's a great challenge. Hopefully, you get a chance to play those quality teams. It makes you better in the long run.
You were in Pool B with the Oakville Rockets, Hillsboro, of course, and Flora Wolves. In the Pool A, it's Pinckneyville, Freeburg, Greenville, and Woodlawn. And you've got Hillsboro on Saturday, and it stretches into the following Saturday. In between, you have Flora and Oakville on that pool schedule, and it is pool play. You divvy it up on Saturday, right, December 2nd, when you go on down the line from championship third and so forth in reverse order. Right.
And like I said, I think our pool is going to be very solid, just as the other side is. Oakville, they obviously lost Noah, but they have some good pieces coming back, and I know John thinks, they're going to be pretty good again this year, and I think they will be. And, Flora, Coach Lee always has his kids prepared, and, Hillsboro has 3 starters back from last season, and so, our side will not be a cakewalk by any means. And then you throw in Freeburg on the other side, replacing New Athens, and they're a 3A school in our conference and play a physical style basketball. And Woodlawn's young, but they have such a great history in their program and such great tradition. And Greenville is always just competitive. Todd always does a great job preparing his kids, and they play a lot of kids, and they're athletic. And so, I don't think there's going to be a bad game the whole tournament.
You finished 18-13 overall last season, and even 5 up and 5 down in the Kokia Conference. You tied with Westland for third. Central was the undefeated champ there. The conference will be extremely good again, and you have an expansion team in the Salem Wildcats.
Yeah, our conference is going to be as good as it's been, I think, in a long time, because Central, they're the champions, and they're going to be the champions until somebody knocks them off. And, they have good pieces coming back. They always just kind of seem to reload, and Jeremy does such a good job with them. And then Westland has all 5 starters back. I think Freeburg has 4 starters back. Columbia has, Jordan Holmes back, and 2 bigs at about 6'7" or 6'8" that are juniors now. And so
everybody's locked and loaded.
Salem, you throw in Salem, and they've not had maybe the success in the past, but Andy's turned that program around, and he's got some kids. He's got several seniors who've been with him now to be their 3rd year with him. And we played them this summer, and they're legit. They're very good, and they have some size and athleticism. And so our conference is going to be really, really tough.
And you've been in the conference. You've been around for a while, Andy. How long now in the Kokia and at Carlisle High?
Yeah, this will be my 14th season here at Carlisle. So, it's hard to believe. But, 14. And so
my goodness,
it doesn't get any easier, let me tell you.
And you have a new lead assistant.
Yep. Yeah. Matt Palm had to step down, just with his work. And, him and Caitlin are expecting their first child here in December, and so it's just a lot on his plate. He's still going to help us when we can.
Right.
Don Kipper came on as our JV coach, and we're excited about that. He's known these kids for a long time through the St. Mary's program, and just kind of, those kids kind of grew up around him and his brother Dan, and he's excited and to be here and enthusiastic, and he's done so far a really good job. I think we're going to work well together.
All right, very good. It's going to go well, and hope you do have a great year. And, of course, we'll bounce the ball as the season passes. Okay, Andy, thanks for coming on this morning.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me on, Rip.
Andy Palmer of the Carlisle Indians. Thanks to Andy and Harry, and also Dan Emming. Monday night we'll return with Tim Strange and Nathan Reeder, a couple of very good coaches. Congrats also to all of the area's all-conference performers and beyond. And we can't, that's what the papers are for. And check out the Carlisle Union banner in the Centralia Sentinel. Of course, Matt Wilson, such as they've had those players, those athletes listed over the past week or two, but y'all did good. Okay. That's our trivia winner, Larry Johnson from the outskirts of Hoffman. He collects a really shiny, big turkey from Carlisle IGA just in time for Thanksgiving. That's it. I'm done. I can't wait till Monday night. We'll be back then between 6 and 7 on Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Mako Elevator in Centralia. See Mako for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation of WCXO Sports.